Hello, my name is Beryl Vaughn, and I'm going to show you how to add a watermark to your CV that says Unretained Expert. This is for people who serve as expert witnesses, and it protects you from an attorney disclosing you as an expert witness by providing your CV to counsel and the court without your knowledge and without perhaps even retaining you. The solution is to add a watermark to your CV that says Unretained Expert. And that way, if there's any attempt to disclose you by submitting your CV, everybody can see that you're unretained. And so this protects you. Some attorneys will, in fact, try to disclose experts without their knowledge. And this is really dangerous for you because you never know what's going to happen in the case down the line. Perhaps someone will disqualify you. All of this could happen without your knowledge. And in fact, without you having been retained. So let's look at how you go about adding this watermark. I'm going to show you two methods. One is in Microsoft Word, and the other is in Adobe Acrobat Pro. I will tell you right away, I prefer Acrobat Pro, and I'll show you why, because there's a lot more functionality that you will need for your document to look professional and be legible. So let's start with my CV. I'm going to use this as an example in Word. As you can see, here's my CV. I'm going to do a shout out. I'm at Forensic Expert Pro. Here's my email. Go at Forensic Expert Pro. Now I've done my plug for myself. We'll move on. Here's my CV. I've done it in Word. I'm now ready to add my watermark. I go to the Design tab, and I have over to the right the word watermark. If you don't see it there precisely, it will always be under the Design tab. And it's a different question to help you find it if you don't see it, and you're welcome to email me. But for the moment, let's assume you see watermark in your tools, which hopefully you do, and you click on it. Yay, I'm doing a watermark. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom of the page, and I'm creating a custom watermark. And it's a text watermark because the text is going to be Unretained Expert. My font is my own choice, doesn't matter. Size, I always choose a large size because it's going to, I like, 72 or so. 72 is pretty standard because I want it to cover as much of the page as I can, so there's no question about which content is part of is protected by the watermark. I'm going to choose semi-transparent because, of course, I want to be able to see the CV under it. I can choose a shade of gray. This is where Word kind of fails me, which is I now have to go in and choose each gray in order to see whether or not I can read my CV accurately. And that can be a slow process. So let's just say, for example, I choose this light gray. I apply it. Okay. And close it. Now you can see it's almost illegible. It's too light. So now I'm going to go back and I have to customize my watermark. Actually, let's just go back up here. I'm going to go back to watermark. Let's say I want a darker gray. So now I go down a gray. I apply it. I close it. Oh, it's a little darker, but it's not quite right. You can see how I could go through and pick all these grays trying to figure it out. Adobe Acrobat will protect us from this kind of waste of time. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this watermark in order to show you how we do it in Adobe Acrobat Pro. I have my CV without watermark, it's completely clean, and I save it right here as a PDF. Save as PDF. I'll do that a second time in case you didn't see it. Let's go back. I go to File, and then Save as Adobe PDF. I give it a name. Imagine you're an attorney. This is an attachment from an email, and therefore give them all the information they need. Give them your name, state that it's a CV, perhaps say they're a med-legal expert witness or whatever is the right term to use. And I always include the letters UE so that I know this is a unretained expert watermarked document. That's because this is the document I will be providing to them, not a PDF without a watermark, not a Word doc with a watermark or without. It's my Unretained Expert watermarked PDF. I save it. Once you've saved it as a PDF, it will automatically open it if you have Acrobat Pro in Acrobat Pro. So now you're ready to go. Let's add a watermark here. I go to All Tools and I scroll down to Edit a PDF. I click on my editing a PDF. I now scroll all the way down to more. The very first option is watermark. Yay, I'm going to add one. And now it's going to give me all of the information it needs. Text, unretained expert. Font, size. Let's just do 72 again. I'm going to skip the color because we're going to use the transparency tool to help us with that. I'm going to make it 45 degrees because I want it to cover as much of the CV content as I can in order to protect it. Now I am going to choose the opacity. No opacity, not opaque, can't see it. Completely opaque, it's too hard to read the CV. So you're going to move around your little slider until you get something where you can read the CV without losing the information that you're an unretained expert. 10 to 14% seems to work best. I would just simply say try a few things and see what suits you. I don't think you'll go wrong with anything between 10 and 14%. We say okay. And now Adobe has added that watermark and I'm ready to save it as a PDF with my name. Now I'm looking at this and thinking, it's a little bit on the dark side. I'd like to change it. I go back to watermark, update the one I have, and make it a little bit more transparent. So let's just go to 10. Okay. It's going to give it a second. You can see now that it's easy enough to read the CV, and yet you still see the watermark is on it. I'm ready now to save it. I'm going to save it as, because we've just done a new version of the document, I will probably want to put a new letter in there. Okay, I'm saving it as with the UE in the name, and I'm ready to go. Now, let's just think about the situation where an attorney has Adobe Acrobat Pro and they're a bad actor. So they may want to say, they could, if they wanted to, go in and remove that watermark. Anybody could. So another selection you could make that would secure your document from anyone making a change is to go to your all tools and go all the way down to protect a PDF. Now you can choose protect with a password. And I am going to limit what a person can do. They can view it. They could edit it. I'm going to say they can view it, but they can't edit it. I type in my password. Maybe I'll use my name or something. It doesn't matter. You just make sure you know what that password is. I would recommend that you perhaps use always the same password or some other method to remember it and apply that. Now I'm going to save it again. This is the passworded version. So I'll give it another name to kind of make it clear to me. UEPW. It doesn't matter how you name it. The only point is that you know that this is a password protected one. All right, that is how you use Adobe Acrobat or Microsoft Word to create a watermark on your CV, which is absolutely essential for an expert witness before they have been retained, and also how to secure it from someone making a change. Thanks a lot. And if you have any questions, please be sure to give me a call or email, and I look forward to hearing from you.